G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm giving you the on-the-wrist review of the Jaeger Le-Coultre Reverso Duoface. Now, I've actually flipped it around to the silver side, but I do have the Duoface version, and the main dial is the lacquered blue. Both dials are fantastic, but for this week I've been rocking it on the silver, just to give it a bit of a different flair and flavor, if you know what I mean. And the silver dial is intense, the blue dial is elegant. Both are a great combination. It's a great package overall. Now, quick summary of this in case you haven't watched my new watch alert video. I wanted to get something more than Rolex. I wanted to get into haute horology, something a bit different, preferably something gold, and this fit the bill. Now, the first example I got was actually scratched up. The crystal itself was just banged up to no return, and the case had a few dings in there. And you know what? For me, I don't mind my watches having a bit of wear and tear, but brand new, come on brother, that's something that's not acceptable. But I ended up getting a replacement. This is it, because if anyone's gonna scratch and ding up the watch, it's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me!
Now, my last 2 weeks of wearing this watch has been nothing short of fantastic. I've been wearing it in every single occasion, and a lot of people say this is a dress watch, which traditionally when it first released, it was a sports watch, and it eventually evolved into a dress watch. For me, there's nothing more gangster than wearing a piece in every occasion. I don't care if this is a dress watch or designated as a dress watch. I'm gonna wear it in every occasion regardless. I was wearing this for a piss up with the boys. I wore it for a few conferences, a few networking events. I've also been wearing it casually as well. And it's held up really, really nicely. The whole package itself has just been amazing. Now, it does come with a additional strap. So by default, it comes with this beautiful calfskin navy blue strap. It also comes with a denim strap as well. And I ended up picking up a alligator black strap, and I got that for free as well because of the muck arounds and whatnot. So theoretically speaking, I have 6 watches in one, but as a default package, you're gonna have 4 watches in one. Now, the retail price is $41,100. However, you can get a significant discount, and it's not crazy to get this, 35, give or take, right? So with that calculation in mind, keeping it about $35,000 as a brand new discounted piece off the AD, you could expect it to be about, as I mentioned, you got 4 watches as default. It's about $9,000 a watch, give or take. And if you think of it that way, it's not a bad offering for the price point. However, if you wait a little bit longer, a couple months, maybe even a year or two, and you see these floating around in the gray secondary market, I'm sure you're gonna find one of these with a 20 in front of it instead of a 30. So keep that in mind if you're looking to get this piece. However, if you're trying to get it brand new, around 35, ask for that, man. Don't accept any more than the 35, 36 range. I think you can definitely get about 35, 36. Now, this watch has been pleasant to wear. To me, it's not too big nor too small. And funnily enough, this is one of the only times I am wearing a watch on my dominant hand, my right hand. My left hand is usually where I wear my watches. And what I realized as well is my wristices are actually different sizes. So in my left side here, I wear it in the 3rd tightest setting. And here I'm wearing it in the 4th tightest setting. So, And why I mentioned that is because it comes on a leather strap. Leather straps tend to break in and form with your wrist size. So if you're gonna try and dual wrist this one here, what you might find is if you wear the watch mainly on your left wrist, it's not gonna feel as comfortable when you slap it on the right hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you can see here, it fits really, really fine. It fits flat. However, there's a bit of play there, and it doesn't feel as if that it's conformed to my right wrist. That's just natural when it comes to leather strap watches, so keep that in mind. So, some things to note about this watch. Accuracy-wise, fantastic. Nothing wrong with the accuracy. It's pretty much perfect. I believe it's like -2, +2, similar to the superlative chronometer standards. And I've tested it myself. It's about that range of accuracy. Now, there is no hacking seconds. I can forgive it for the fact that it's such a beautiful package, but there is no hacking seconds. Don't know why, but that's just the way it is. This is a manual wind watch, and the power reserve is about 2 days, give or take, about 48 hours. I find that it's quite accurate to that specification, and I don't need to wind it every single day. Maybe a day and a half I'll wind it up, but nothing to be too critical about. In terms of its durability, because I've been wearing it really in every occasion, casually and formally, it's fine, man. Like, in terms of the scratches, I mean, there's going to be micro scratches here and there. I haven't actually picked up any noticeable micro scratches at all. In terms of the gold case, because gold is softer than steel, no dings whatsoever. I wear it with my long sleeve shirts and whatnot. It's completely fine. Though, as a piece of advice and as a public service announcement, both crystals are coated with AR, so anti-reflective coating on both sides. So because the AR coating is on the front side, the side that's exposed to the world, you do need to be careful because it does scratch. And it's going to show as well, especially on the blue side. So that was the problem I had with my first example when I first bought the piece, is the blue side, the crystal itself was scratched the F up. So it's something to just keep in mind. If you're handling the watch, take off your rings. That's a massive pet peeve of mine, is when people handle my watches with rings on. It's just kind of like, I get a bit scared and concerned that they're going to scratch it up, because again, if anyone's going to scratch up the watch, it's going to be me, not anyone else. It's going to be me! So keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the quality of the watch, the case and the buckle, fantastic. The leather strap, however, is something less to be desired. I know that it is well made and it is overpriced, though it doesn't come without its flaws. The stitching where the buckle is on the right side of it, so like this part here, but on the opposite side, the stitching is already coming off. And it's not a big deal for me because I'm wearing the watch, so it doesn't really matter. And it's not gonna unstitch completely because it's actually glued in. But something to note, the straps, they're not the supreme quality in the world. You can get better straps out there if you want to. The lug width, I believe, is 20 mil and the buckle width is 18 mil. So just keep that in mind. Probably not worth going to JLC to get more straps. I got an extra strap because they mucked me about, but that's neither here or there. They did a really great job. Outside of that, there is a lever over here. I'm not sure if you can see this lever here. There is a lever over here where you can adjust the hours of the silver dial. Now, I'm actually just wearing it in the same time zone as I'm currently am. I'm not tracking 2 time zones because the reality is I'm going to be wearing it 1 dial at a time. So you could track 2 time zones if you want to. However, that's the beautiful thing about this watch, is that you can do whatever you want with it, right? You can track 2 time zones. You can just have 2 watches in one. Yeah, basically, it is a great feature nevertheless. Now, it does come with a day and night indicator in case you do want to track a second time zone, and it's quite easy to read. It just has 24 markers on the 6 o'clock position, and depending on the time and day that you have the watch set, it's gonna tell you if it's night or day. So it's very straightforward. It's kind of like the dual time with the Santos, but nevertheless, on the blue dial, it shows the running small seconds hand, which is reminiscent of the steel lineup that they offer in the medium and whatnot. So also something to keep in mind and to note, the hardware that this watch comes with. So you've obviously got the solid gold case, but also the solid gold buckle. It actually comes off as a easy release buckle. So what you can do is actually slide it in and you can replace the strap relatively easily without tools. The straps themselves also come with quick release. So that itself isn't a big issue in case you're worried about having to go to the AD or the boutique to change your straps around. So you can do it yourself. However, the buckle, if you're gonna go for the gold version, is fucking expensive. Pardon my French, but it is expensive. We're talking about $4,000 or $5,000 Aussie to get a replacement. So look, over at what's his face, D-Lugs, you can get replacement buckles. Like, it's just a buckle in the end of the day. So if you want to get a replacement, you're probably better off going that direction. It's not solid gold, but it's gold tone. So I mean, like, you can either spend $100 or $4,000, pick your poison, right? To summarize, this watch has been absolutely fantastic, and I love the fact that I got the gold because the color of the gold actually changes depending on the lighting conditions. So when you have natural light, it looks more like yellow gold, and then when it's a bit more darker and under warmer lighting conditions, it's going to look more rose gold. So it does have a lot of flavor and a lot of character as an overall package. It's a great watch, man, and there's nothing to complain about other than the fact that the leather strap itself, it's not the greatest, it's going to deteriorate. Watch It Chat's video on the Reverso. He's mentioned it himself. The straps aren't really the greatest quality, but you can get over it because you can get other straps in the market. Another thing to complain about is the hardware. If you're going to get a replacement, prepare to spend $4,000 to $5,000 Aussie from the boutique. It sucks. Also, the anti-reflective coating on the front side, I get it. The reason why they do it is so it looks as if that there's nothing there. It looks great. It is beautiful. It looks very good. However, it can scratch. So keep that in mind. I can already see micro scratches on the blue side, but I don't really care about those because, you know, they're not obvious, so to speak. Outside of those complaints, fantastic. You're getting 4 watches in one. Great bang for your buck, especially if you ask for the discount. Don't pay full price for this. It's not worth full price. Don't do it. And if you're waiting to get it in the used gray market, you're going to pick up a very, very solid piece. It's a fantastic watch, man. And look, don't be afraid to wear these pieces casually. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, there's nothing more gangster than wearing a dressy piece casually because it just shows that you don't give a fuck. And that's what watches are all about, essentially, is, well, to me at least, is wearing the damn thing and enjoying it to its fullest potential. Damn, I'm actually going to walk my dog in a moment and I'm going to wear it. And I've been doing that pretty much every single day for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I've just been wearing this non-stop. Bloody beautiful. And that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you in the next one. Take care.